Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
In these couple of days leading up to Christmas, one is always so busy with your Christmas gift list. I must say, mine usually starts much earlier. I'm constantly um, thinking and looking out for things and contemplating because for me as a potter, it's always a big, big joy to make my Christmas presents and to aim them specifically, to make them specifically for people on my list. So for me, it's a wonderful. Around about October, I start getting the feeling, um, and it's a very lovely creative spark that I feel in drawing up my list and getting the things together that I want to create for my friends and my family.
I always say my admiration for Matilda grows over Christmas time because in September and October she'll buy stuff and she'll say, but this is a gift. And I just can't get myself to imagine Christmas at that stage. And then over Christmas time, here they pop up and they just slot into place. It's like a
Yeah.
chipmunk putting acorns away, or what do they stash?
Yeah, and for me, it's part of the joy of hiding it away for a while, knowing that I have something already, and it's just the perfect thing.
Hmm.
So I know one of my sisters has a drawer that she puts gifts in all through the year, and I often wonder how it is that her family don't go into that drawer, because I'm sure if you knew of a drawer, you might not keep your hands away from it.
Yeah, and
George is a receiver of gifts. He's the one that actually receives very well. He has the gift of receiving.
if I knew there was such a draw, I might have a peek and come with suggestions, maybe adjustments as well.
Yeah. Um, but we were just thinking of chatting a bit about giving and receiving.
Mm. Mm.
Um, and the joys and the pains around that. Because I think what makes it more difficult and actually sad to an extent for me is how um, 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 it has become commercialized and that the whole gift giving has become very much a buying experience, much more than
A
a
gifting experience.
gifting, like a creating or a gifting in more spontaneous and creative ways. So often around Christmas gifts, one gets the feeling that it's really hard and that there are lots of expectations on both sides, and I think which we have created in our culture.
Mm. Mm.
Um, so we walk around ourselves, the ones are going what that are going to gift, and we feel that there are certain expectations, and we also feel that if um, someone gives me a gift, I have to return a gift.
Mm.
All of those assumptions and uh, plays into making it a much more difficult time than I think it should be.
Mm. Mm.
Um, and it is just like that. It's the whole culture of and the one that's been created, and then also um, industry and um, our civilization just uses that also as money making tools.
Mm.
So
Because gifting plays into knowing somebody, being attentive to somebody, listening to people saying this would be nice, or
mm,
uh, I would love. Wouldn't it be nice to have that, or whatever? But in other words, there's always hints. Uh,
yeah, and it's not like upfront hints. It's just
mm-mm.
if you sort of keep your ears open, you can pick up a lot. And I always try to remember. At my age, I'm starting to make a list when somebody says something so that I can remember it. But I think. the main thing is that we have to rethink giving in many ways. In terms of why we are giving. Are we giving because it's expected of us? Are we giving because we want to receive something back? Are we giving because if we receive something, we're going to feel guilty? What are the reasons that why are we giving? And then also to look creatively at what we're giving. I think we often think it has to be something that's bought, but
and in a time when it's if it is a financial difficult time, we have a lot of feelings of guilt that we don't give big gifts, but the situation is that it's more a matter of giving out of abundance that's already there. We living in abundance, and we've monetized everything.
So as if abundance only means money.
Yes, but if we look at the abundance of life and what life gives us, there's such an abundance from which to give, because that giving and that gift is not necessarily something. It can be, in other words, an object that you have to give. It can be time. It can be an experience. It can take so many forms. That's gift, because gift is I am paying attention to you. I'm focused on you. It's not merely something that we give and well then it's done and dusted. It's part of something bigger.
And I think to maybe come from a place where you think of what it is that you personally have to give from your personal abundance. And if that is spending time with somebody, if that is something that you enjoy making, I think there must be joy in giving. And I think some people are natural givers, and some people like you are natural receivers. And there's nothing wrong with that. I can live with that because I love to give.
It's a match made in heaven. You the giver, I'm the receiver.
You the taker.
Yes.
And
I'm thinking, I'm constant gift to you.
That is true. That is true. But then that to give from what you have, not from what you don't have. We cannot give what we don't have. So
and the fact is, we have a lot to give.
We have a lot to give if we really sit and think about what it is that we have, and how that can be gift, and then to think of creative ways of giving that.
And that the whole package. There's this beautiful story of this teacher on a remote island, and the people aren't rich, and then over her birthday, she receives this beautiful shell from one of the learners. And she is so astonished and glad, and it's such a lovely gift. But she's astonished because she says to him, "But I haven't seen such a shell here on our beach." And he said, "No, but it's not on our beach. You have it's on a beach about 8 kilometers away." And she said, "But you had to walk so far to get it." And he said, "No, but the walking is part of the gift." It's something about that. The walking is part of the gift.
It's more than just a shell.
It's more than the shell.
Even if it's an exceptional shell. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. And then on the other hand, receiving. And I think we have lots and lots of emotional issues around receiving. And I think the ones that come up first is things like guilt, in inferiority. Um, Maybe I feel I can't give something of the same value back. Um, I often think in our situation, people are really good to us.
Mm.
Um, and we pulled up our wish list of things that we need for the big retreat house. And it often, it tends to make one feel like you are actually begging.
Mm.
But then again, it comes from that place of um, abundance, in the sense of something that might just be standing around, that can be of use here by us. So
Mm.
we're really trying um, to look at it from that point of view, but also then to know that the receiving is to receive well and to
Mm.
receive graciously,
And to enjoy the
and to enjoy
receiving.
the receiving is as important as the giving.
Mm. Um, let's take the wish list. It's because the wish list is also to establish something, to create something that can help other people, that can be gift to other people.
Yeah, yeah.
And by people giving, so that that can happen, there's this circulation of gifts.
Yeah, and again that university, that being
Mm.
of one voice, that
Mm. Cut from
everything,
one
yeah,
cloth.
cut from one cloth. So in a sense, when I'm giving you something and you receiving it well,
Mm.
it becomes a shared
Mm.
gift, both the
Mm.
receiving and the giving
And it's not a matter
becomes
of
gift.
and it's not a matter of the gift stops here and
No,
it's a matter of hoarding, but
no.
it is a passing it on.
Yeah, that's lovely.
So there's this constant flow in the giving,
Yeah,
um, and it might be that I received something and then later on I pass it on to somebody else so that they can use it because it has been very valuable to me.
mm,
Um,
mm,
it's actually a beautiful circular movement.
mm, mm, mm.
Mm. So may you have a wonderful time of giving and receiving, and may it be a blessed time with your loved ones over this period.
Yeah, and lots of love and rest and peace for everyone.
Keep well.
Goodbye.